When we talked to Baker yesterday, he talked about an altered sense of urgency for this game coming up. Did you sense that out there on the practice field this week?
Yeah, I think the focus was obviously turned up a little bit more this week, especially with a short week. Just trying to iron out all the details, and get back to the basics.
Is it beneficial that it is a short week coming off a loss to what you guys had Monday night? Just not a lot of time to dwell on it. You just got to get right back at it.
Yeah, I mean, for us, I know most times, we try not to dwell on, wins or losses, and just try to move on. Being a short week, obviously, again, the onus is on us to be able to put things in, then learn them, go out there, learn them, and be able to go out there and execute and play fast on Sunday.
Jarvis, I know the game didn't go how you wanted to, but if you had time to think about how you got to catch a 500 pass from Odell, of all people,
Yeah.
did you ever imagine that in any universe?
No, I actually honestly didn't know until a couple of days ago that there was the 500 catches and that it was from O. But I mean, what a way to do it! What a way to do it. So it's good. It's huge.
Did you guys ever hook up on a play like that at LSU?
In practice, yeah, in practice, not in the game. No.
What happened?
We tried. Didn't work.
Jarvis, what happened to the offense the other day? It obviously wasn't there the way it has been sometime since you got here. But why did it? I know there was the overturned call early that might have disrupted that, but it never caught on. Why?
We just didn't execute. We had opportunities in the red zone. I think we got down there 3 times. Ended up getting a field goal one time, turnover obviously. We just didn't execute. Couldn't really get in the rhythm. Couldn't get no momentum going. They were able to pin their ears back when we were second and long, third and long, and just rush us and send blitzes and stuff like that. Just really couldn't get the ball out.
Jarvis, how I'm asking because Odell said 4 catches for 47 yards in the last 2 games. I know it opened stuff up for other guys, especially in Baltimore, but when you think about him and what he brings to the game, how important is it to get him going, and how confident are you that you guys can actually do it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not calling plays or designing anything, but at the end of the day, obviously he's a key part of our offense, whether he's the ball is in his hands or not. We got to find ways for other guys to continue to make plays, but the way that it's been going, we haven't really been making enough plays without him touching the ball. So we definitely got to find a way to include him even more in the offense and be intentional with it. It doesn't matter if the defense knows it. We got to be intentional with getting the ball, getting playmakers the ball, period.
I'm sorry, why has it been so hard, you think, to get the ball to him? I know there's other variables, double teams, things like that, but why has it been so tough to get him involved? As much as you'd want him to be.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think, I don't call plays, right? But, I just say, just from my perspective, we just have to be intentional. We have to just deliberately get him the ball. Get all of our playmakers the ball. Guys that, is going to make plays for us, just get them the ball.
Well, in addition to, calling the play, it's, he's somewhere in the progression too. So, I mean, do you think that maybe just trying to go to him a little bit more often, maybe even if there is a safety over the top, I guess what I'm saying is are you guys missing some opportunities to get the ball to him?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. But at the end of the day, again, as a receiver, a lot of what our success doesn't come solely from us. A lot comes from being able to protect the quarterback, being able to get the snap, being able to drop back and, read it. There's a lot of things that goes on for us to be able to be successful or be able to make plays. So, you just can't pinpoint one thing, whether it's the cause or the progression. There's a lot of other variables, and we just need to get better at it. We need to find a way to get better at it.
Obviously, there's been a lot of questions about the offense and what's not going right for you. When we talk to Freddie and talk to others about it, it's not just one thing. The message is it's a collective thing. Breakdowns everywhere. So from your perspective, what maybe can you and the receiving core change or adjust to do your part to maybe get things moving in the direction you'd like?
I feel like I feel like, we've been kind of doing all that we can. I think guys have been taking advantage of the opportunities, given the opportunities. Again, we just got to find ways to be more intentional. I just believe in that. We just got to find ways to get guys we believe that's our game changers the ball, and defense got to try to stop it. I don't think it should ever be about us. I think the defense should have their hands full and should have to stop us.
Jarvis, in terms of Baker Mayfield, and he doesn't look right, the stats don't look right. From your perspective, you walk up to him and hit him on the back real hard and say, "Come on, buddy," or what do you do in your position to try to get him back to where you imagine he could or should be?
Just continue to just talk to him, continue to be in my right spots, making sure that everybody's in the right spots, continue to make sure that he's comfortable with the game plan and everything that's going in, and trying to think, where he needs us to be and be where he needs us to be. I think, again, it's a tough position to play, especially in this league, but, we got to find ways on the outside, everybody, have to find ways to help him out, and obviously be there for him. Things happen in the NFL, fumbles, picks, whatever, drops, it happens, but we're professionals. We got to be able to be there for our brother and just keep moving on and making plays for him.
How's his head right now?
His head is good. His head is good.
So you've been on one playoff team, Dell's been on one. The fact is, most of the guys haven't been on none. Against some important guys like Baker and Garrett. What's the balance now with the quarterback saying the sense of urgency is an all-time high? It's the sixth game of the season. How do you balance managing the whole season to get where you want to go? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of the questions about this team was lack of experience.
Right.
How do you break through?
I think we just got to stick together. I think even though it's early, it's definitely a point in our season where we have to hit the ground running. Like, we have to get going, like right now. No more peaks and valleys. I think the biggest thing about teams in this league, great teams, playoff teams, they put streaks together. At some point during the season, they put a couple 4 or 5 game streaks together. We got to find a way to do that. And we can start with it before the bye. And then go into the bye, get some rest, then come back against Boston and New England, Denver, and Miami. And a divisional game against Pittsburgh, and get some things going. I think, panic button is not the thing. I think our focus has to be on, we may not be as good as we thought we were, and we need to find ways to play to our potential. We just haven't really been playing to our potential.
Freddie and Todd are new to each other.
Todd,
Yeah, but it's it's easy for people to say, they're not getting along or whatever. The numbers aren't there. But what do you see when you see those two guys work together, Freddie and Todd?
You see the interaction. Obviously, those two guys are invested. Majority of what we do on offense comes from both of their heads. So, just finding ways. I'm sure they just pick things up from each other, and try to put us in the best position possible to go out there and be successful. Now, again, we still have to go out there and execute. We still have to go out there, block, catch, throw, tackle, kick, punt, whatever. We still have to go out there and do those things. But, I'm sure, they're doing everything that they can do to put us in a position to be successful and win.
Just out of curiosity, Freddie obviously still calling the plays, but how much one-on-one interaction do you have from Freddie to make sure that you're on the same page with himself, the play caller?
Right. I try to be as transparent about the things that I see in the field as often as possible. Whether it's film study throughout the week that I've seen or something during the game that I see. And just try to talk to him about it. But at the end of the day, I can only give my suggestion. I'm not the one calling the play, so. I can only give my suggestion. Other guys can only give their suggestion about what they're seeing, what's going on, and we just gotta.
You got any good 3rd and 19 plays?
Yeah, maybe throw it to 1380. One of those guys.
I want to sure I understood you correctly. Did you say we may not be as good as we thought we were? Is that what you just said?
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is we haven't been playing to our potential. We haven't been the disciplined football team that we would like to be. We haven't been making enough plays. whether we're being put in position or not. You know, our playmakers haven't really, been given, a lot of opportunities to make plays. I think, we 2-3. And I think easily, a couple of these games, our record again could be flipped and 3-1, or 4-1, whatever,
Jarvis, losing is one thing, but on 2 occasions this season, you guys have just gotten completely blown out. Did you ever think when you looked around the training camp and you got you and Nick and Odell and Baker and everybody that you guys would be getting blown out in 2 of your first 5 games?
Well, I knew we would be faced with adversity. Obviously, not being blowed out or not feeling like we're playing to our potential or to our best. And that's something that we all have to look at ourselves about. Not just the players, the coaches, the whole organization. We have to look at ourselves and figure out ways around this, ways that we can find improvement, and then go out there and play complete games. It's going to come down to offense, defense, and special teams.
You've been, since the day you walked in the door, you've been kind of a beacon of positive energy for the team and the organization. That how difficult is it sometimes, even for you, to maintain that same level when you go through some of the peaks and valleys you guys have gone through here early in the season?
It's at times it is tough. It is a struggle. I'm human just like anybody else. One of those guys that hates losing more than I love winning. And it's tough, but at the end of the day, as a leader, guys look to see how you react, how you respond, and I try to keep a level head and stay neutral throughout the whole process. Understanding the potential that we do have. And then coming out here in practice, I think I spoke to someone yesterday, and the question was about leadership, and like I said to him, it's always evolving. As a leader, you always evolve. I don't think a leader is just one thing. I think things happen, and the way you interact with guys changes. Some guys respond well to, whether how you talk to them. Some guys respond well to, just being dragged along. And I think we just our leaders in here just got to find ways to make that happen and pull guys together so we can eventually play to our potential.
Jarvis, when you talk about needing to get going right now, just how important is it to get over the hump at home, establish that home field advantage?
It's very important. It's very important. We must find ways to win at home. Obviously, winning on the road is extremely important, but we want to definitely establish winning at home. It's something that one of the first things that Coach Freddie talked about was making sure that we win at home, and we haven't done that so far this season. So hopefully we can get that accomplished this week.
I know you're not facing him, but he's one of the more dynamic guys in the league, Russell Wilson. And can I just maybe get your thoughts on him as a player, and just what do you like about his game or appreciate about it?
Yeah, he's a hell of a player. He's one of those guys that obviously touches the ball every play. So you gotta have guys around him. You gotta. I don't know really truly what the defensive plan is, but I know those guys have a plan for him. But the things that he does with the ball and been doing for countless of years, it's definitely made him one of the best in the league. He has my utmost respect, and I know a lot of guys in here utmost respect as well.